Long ago, a salt seller lived in a small village by the river. Every morning, he packed bags of salt on the back of his donkey and set off for the market in the nearby town. The donkey was strong but lazy. The road to the market was long and hot, and every day he had to cross a shallow river on the way. The donkey didn't like carrying the heavy load, but he had no choice. One day, as they were crossing the river, the donkey suddenly slipped and fell into the water. The salt bags on his back got wet, and the salt started to melt. When he finally stood up, he realized his load had become much lighter. The donkey felt very happy. He walked easily for the rest of the journey and thought, "That was not so bad after all. I wish every day could be like this." The next morning, the salt seller loaded the donkey again and started the trip. When they reached the river, the donkey remembered what had happened before. He smiled to himself and pretended to slip again, splashing into the water on purpose. Just like last time, the salt melted away and the load became light. The donkey brayed with joy. "Ah, what a clever idea. I'll do this every day," he thought. But the salt seller noticed what the donkey was doing. He frowned and said nothing. "So you want to trick me, do you?" he thought. "Let's see how clever you really are." The next morning, the salt seller filled 2 large sacks and placed them on the donkey's back as usual. But this time he didn't fill them with salt. He filled them with sponges. The donkey didn't know this. As they reached the river, he gave a big grin and jumped into the water, sure that his load would feel lighter again. But to his surprise, when he stood up, the load felt much heavier. The sponges had soaked up all the water and become huge and heavy. The donkey tried to walk but could hardly take a step. He struggled, slipped, and brayed in pain. The salt seller laughed softly and said, "So, my clever friend, how does it feel now? You thought you were being smart, but your trick turned against you." The donkey hung his head in shame. From that day on, he never tried to cheat again. He carried his load honestly every day, and the salt seller treated him with kindness once more. Cheating or taking shortcuts may seem clever at first, but they often bring more trouble in the end. Honesty and hard work always pay off.